Welcome to the tutorial on how to calculate stutter ratios. In this tutorial you will learn analysis of stutter ratios from a dataset when there is a reference dataset available, multiple file import with automatic trimming of controls and ladders and automatic conversion to the STR-validator format, creating and saving plots, calculate summary statistics, adding die information to a dataset. Start a new session of STR-validator. I will put the R terminal to the left and the STR-validator to the right. Click the Workspace tab. Then click the Import button. Click the Select Folder button and select the folder where the input files are located. Here are 6 files, all named with the prefix samples, and then a 7th file with reference profiles. Click OK. Now check the Auto Trim Samples option and the Auto Slim Repeated Columns option to convert to the STR-validator format. Expand the Multiple Files option and give the prefix samples. This will tell STR-validator to import only the files prefixed with the samples string. Give it the name dataset samples and then click import. In the terminal window you can confirm that the correct files have been imported. These are now in one single dataset in STR-validator. Click the import button again. Now click the select file button. Select the reference profiles text file. Uncheck the Auto Trim Samples option and the Auto Slim Repeated Columns option and give it a name, Reference Profiles, and click Import. Now click the Stutter tab and then the Calculate button. Select the dataset samples dataset and the reference profiles dataset as a reference dataset. The check subsetting button can be used to control that the correct sample names are grouped with the correct reference. In this case, it's only one sample per reference sample. Change the settings to 2 backward stutters to 1 forward stutter for the stutter ratio range. And we want to have no overlap between stutters and alleles. The replace false stutters table can be left to the default. And the kit is automatically detected as the Fusion 6C kit. Click the Calculate button. The window will close when the calculation is finished. Now click the Plot button and select the dataset sample stutter dataset. Uncheck the drop sex markers option to allow the Y markers to be plotted. And check the drop markers with no data. Click the ratio vs allele button to plot the ratio on the Y-axis and alleles on the X-axis. Always inspect the plot to make sure that there is no strange outliers that can be an error. This plot looked nice with an increasing ratio as the number of repeats increase. Click the Save Image button and then append allele to the name. Select the PNG image format. That image format is widely supported and can be imported into, for example, a Word document. Uncheck the overwrite existing file option and the load size from plot device. I will manually specify 40 by 20, and that will usually give a nice plot. The resolution can be left at 300 and the scaling factor at 1. Click the Open button to select a folder to save the image in. And then click OK. Click the Save button. So the plot is rendered again and put it in the folder. Now click the Ratio vs Height button to plot in a different way. So this time we have the true allele height on the x-axis and the ratio on the y-axis. Click Save Image again. Now append height to the name. And all the other settings are saved, so we just have to click the Save button. Now close the plot window and the plot. Click the Summarize button. And select the dataset sample stutter. Now we want to calculate the 95th quantile. That will give us a threshold where 95% of the observations are below. And we want to summarize, calculate summary statistics by Stutter. Accept the default name and click Summarize. Now go to the Tools tab and click the Die button. Select the new dataset. And the kit is automatically detected. Check the Add Die Information button and the Add Color Information option and also the Add Marker Order option. Click the Add button. And click OK to overwrite the existing table. So now we can click the Edit button and select the table Stutter dataset. So now we have the calculated summary statistics by marker and type of stutter. We have the number of stutters in the summary statistics and the mean, standard deviation, the 95th percentile, the maximum value, and also the added color, dye, and order, the marker order number. If the table is not too big, like this one, we can click the Copy button. Then open a spreadsheet software like LibreOffice and paste the data. Here we can add different calculations that is not supported by STR-validator. For example, we can insert a column here and we can add a calculation that we want to compare to, for example, a published calculation of the mean plus 3 standard deviation. So I will type the mean plus 3 SD. Oh, sorry. The mean plus 3 SD. And then add the formula for the mean plus 3 times the standard deviation. And then I will copy this and go down, control down in another column to go to the bottom, and then I will hold the control shift and the up arrow and control V to paste the formula. Okay. Then I can select the columns with a decimal number. Make sure it's a number format is number, and then I will add, so I have 3 decimals. And I will select the top row and add the auto filter command. Now we can make the headline bold. Control B. Now we select all the columns and double click between two columns to get the correct width of each column. So now we can select only the blue to color the blue information in a nice color. We'll select this blue 2. Then we go to the green, select this rows and select green 2 color. The purple, select purple 2 color. Now the red. We'll use this orange accent color for that one, and then finally the yellow. And select this yellow accent color, and then finally show all. Now make sure that the order is correct by sort in the order column, and then we can create different tables. For example, we can create one table with only the -1 stutters like this to select the type -1, and now we have a nice table in the correct order with the die color indicated. And we can show another with only the -2 stutters like this. So we can copy this to a report and then close. We'll close this and go back to the workspace tab and finally click this Save As button to save my project. I will just save it in this folder, the Stutter ratio folder, and click OK. Then I have to give it a name, STR-validator Stutter ratios, and then click OK. So that's it. Thanks for listening.